Welcome. So, a short class to help relieve lower back tension, to invite some space where there may be resistance, to cultivate some subtle strength, knowing that for balance and functionality, we need a blend of the two: strength and flexibility. Caveat: I'm a yoga teacher and by no means a medical professional. And so, if the pain you're experiencing is at all sharp or acute, rather than tightness and dull ache, then my recommendation is to seek professional advice that will best help to serve and meet your individual and unique needs. So, let's get started. Find your way onto your mat and we'll begin lying down. Okay, so close the eyes. Settle in, let the body become heavy. Just feel how it presses into the mat. Start to become aware of subtle sensations. Even begin to notice the effortless flow of your breath. And then become aware of your spine. Tune into any areas of tension, tightness. And then equally, notice the spaces that feel expansive and free. Deepen your breath, let it become smooth and fluid. And feel how the presence of your breath brings an alertness and a focus to your mind. Really lovely. Bend the knees, ground the feet. Feet are hip distance apart. Your heels close to the sit bones. You can just touch them with fingertips or notice that you've got a long line from knee to ankle. This is bridge setup. Hands by the side, palms face down. We're just going to move the hips and it's very gentle. You don't need to go into your full expression. So take a deep breath in, send it into the belly and feel a weightiness. And then a full breath out through the nostrils. Really lovely. This time breathe in. Lift the hips off the floor. Peel them upwards as if you're lifting up onto the shoulders. Slow and steady. Exhale to lower back down. Rippling through each vertebra of the spine. Controlled action. Let's do this 4 more times. Inhale, start to tuck the tailbone under, peel the hips off the floor. Feel the movement, the articulation of your spine. Steady exhale to release. Take 3 more rounds. Let the breath envelop the entire movement. You start to breathe in and then you peel and lift the hips off the floor. And the whole exhale to lower back down. That marriage between breath and movement allows the experience to feel a little more soothing, a little more meditative. Do this 2 more. Really lovely. Final round. Press into the feet. Lift the hips. Thighs are active. And exhale to release. Just pause for a moment. Let your knees knock together at center. Close the eyes. And just drop your awareness around the pelvis, sacrum, lower back. And perhaps you notice a subtle sense of vibrancy and warmth. Almost as if you've begun to shift any stagnation. Let the breath keep you gentle, easeful. Draw your knees up towards the chest without grabbing them. And take your arms out wide to the side, either T-shape or cactus, whichever allows your shoulders to feel more relaxed to the floor. Squeeze the thighs together. Take a deep breath in, so dynamic supine twist. Steady exhale, lower and hover your knees towards the left, just about halfway. Shoulders stay rooted, belly becomes active. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hover knees to the right. Inhale to center, option to use the neck as well. Exhale, hover knees to the left, gaze right. Feel that spinal rotation. Inhale to center. Exhale, knees right, gaze left. Just continue like this. 3 more times to each side. Again, breath envelops the entire movement. There's control, but also softness and ease. So as well as inviting space through the spine here, you're also activating the core to cultivate a little strength. Really beautiful. This time, as you exhale knees to the left, let them come all the way until they meet the ground. If you need to, you can prop up with a pillow or a block underneath the knees just to bring the ground closer. And you can take the left hand across the right thigh, subtle self-adjustment. Again, just checking that the shoulders still feel relaxed and rooted to the mat. If you feel a sense of lifting, you can always release the hand down by the side to soften the process slightly. Feel steady rhythmic breath in and out of your belly. Then take 2 more breaths, and as you do, let your awareness rest along the spine. So nice. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, let the knees drop all the way to the left. Shift and shuffle as you need as you enter into the shape. And if you like, right hand across the left thigh. Each side might feel very different. That's okay. Once you've found your shape, close the eyes, settle in. Smooth, steady breath helps to give you a smooth, steady mind. So lovely. 2 more deep breaths. Again, awareness rests in the spine. Inhale back to center. Exhale, just a quick squeeze of knees into chest, neutralize, find symmetry. And then release the knees, let the feet pad back to the earth, take a moment, and again, feel the body. Notice any new sensations, enlivened areas. Perhaps you even feel a sense of softening in places that once felt tight. Roll over to the side. Make your way to a neutral tabletop, all fours. So the wrists are in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips. Spread the fingertips wide and press the palms firmly into the mat. Feel that sense of connection. Working with cat-cow, wonderful way to bring some lengthening through the front and back line of the body. So keeping the arms straight. Inhale, lower the belly, open the chest and lift the gaze. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone under, arch the spine to ceiling. Really push up and out through the shoulders and lower the chin. Continue this way. Inhale, lower the belly, open the chest, lift the gaze just slightly. Don't collapse in the cervical spine. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone, arch your spine to ceiling, chin to chest. Just continue with this approach. Each inhale as you open, there's expansion through the front line of the body. And each time you breathe out, there's a lengthening and relief through the back line. Just continue to move with your breath. If it feels good at the top of each breath, you might hold to marinate in the feeling of the posture. And then if it feels good to do so, if you have that sense of craving to invite more movement, you can start to freestyle and just be curious as to the shapes that the spine can make. Even tune into the spaces that crave a little lengthening. And just find your way intuitively into them. Pause back in neutral. Connect back into the breath. Combining a sequence of movements here. Take a deep breath in, send it into the belly. Steady exhale, tuck the tailbone under, push your hips back to heels. Like a child's pose variation, forearms to the ground, forehead to floor. Inhale, lift back to all fours. Again, breath envelops the movement. Exhale, tuck the toes, push your hips up and back, down dog. Now emphasize the traction through the spine here, rather than the length in your legs. Inhale, lower knees to the ground. Controlled. Exhale, tuck the toes. Push hips back to heels. A few more like this. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, tuck toes, push the hips up and back. Keep going at your own pace. Each time you push back into down dog, you might find a little more space through the body. One more time. Really lovely. This time you'll hold in down dog. As you meet the shape, shift and shuffle as you need. Start to find some stillness. Again, emphasizing the length through the spine. So if you need to soften the knees for that to take place, do that thing. There's energy sending from the sit bones down to your heels. Just as much as that happens, you push down through the palms and extend through the crown. Hug the rib cage in. And start to feel a sense of length from the base of spine all the way to the crown of your head. And then hold steady and breathe deep. Full inhales into the belly. As you do, there'll be even more release through the lower back. Each exhale, the navel draws and contracts in and up towards the spine. Great work. Just a little longer. With these final 2 breaths, with each inhale, sense more space through the spine. Final deep breath in. And then as you exhale, lower the knees. Sit your hips back to the heels, kneeling seat Vajrasana. Place the palms into the lap, facing upwards, and either close the eyes or gaze diagonally ahead of you. And just rest your awareness through the feeling in the spine. Warmth, stability, also a sense of softness. Really lovely. Come to lay down on your bellies. These belly down back bends are a wonderful way to invite some strength through the lower back. Zip the feet together. Bring the palms to rest on the sacrum facing outwards and take your forehead to floor. Empty out the breath that you're on. And then take a deep breath in, lift the chest, sweep the right arm forwards, and then bend the elbow, salute. Exhale, lower the chest. Sweep the arm back and take your right cheek to floor. This will stretch the neck slightly. Other side, inhale, lift the chest, gaze forwards, reach the left arm forwards, and then bend the elbow and salute. Exhale to release, sweep the left arm back, lower the chest, left cheek to floor. And again, inhale, lift the chest, right arm forwards. Exhale to release, right cheek to floor. Left side, inhale. Exhale, release. Sweep the left arm back, take the left cheek to floor. Do this 3 more times to each side. Just as much as you feel a lengthening through the front line, you sense a stability and strength through the back line. Final one. Release, left cheek to floor. Relax the hands. Just take a moment there. And moving into a static hold. Press the palms into the mat. Squeeze the elbows back. The palms are either side of your pecs. Empty the breath, forehead to floor. Deep breath in. Peel and lift the chest off the floor. Squeeze the elbows back. Either stay like this. If you have a little more to give, you can squeeze the thighs and lift the legs off the floor. Rather than thinking back bend, think about length, pressing through the feet, reaching through the crown of head, and that might create more vertebral space to lift a little higher. Breath is smooth. If the mind starts to run, let it ride the breath and feel how we can start to quieten the chatter. Great work. Last deep breath in. Maybe you lift a little higher. Exhale to release. Opposite cheek to floor. Close the eyes. Feel the body soften. And again, just drop your awareness into the sensation through the spine. Warmth in the lower back. Forehead to floor, hands either side of the shoulders. Tuck the toes, and then just push up through all fours. Hips back to heels. Take the hips high, down dog. This time soften the knees. Just use it to really traction space back through the spine. Hug the rib cage in. And smooth, deep breaths. And then exhale, lower knees to the ground. Take them wide. Bring the big toes together. Push back, child's pose. Chest, forehead to the ground. As you settle here, reaching through fingertips and then sinking back through the hips. And walk your hands over to the right hand side of the mat, inviting a C curve through the body, so lateral stretch. Reach through the left fingertips, sink back through the left hip. And as you close the eyes and breathe, drop awareness into the sensation through the left side of body. Really great. Walk hands back through center. And this time walk them over to the left-hand side of your mat. C curve through the right side of body. Reach through right fingertips, sink back through the right hip. forehead to the ground. Pause and breathe. Come back through center. Pause in neutral. Last deep breath in and out. And walk your hands back. And once more, find a kneeling seat. Pause. Take note of how you feel. And just as much as you tune into the sensations of the body, tune into the emotional color, the feeling, and the rhythm of your mind. Perhaps you feel it beginning to move towards deeper rest and relaxation. There's an alertness, but also a sense of feeling calm. Spin around, come to lay down on your back. Almost there. And start by drawing the right knee into the chest. Give it a squeeze. As you do, feel the lower back pressing into the mat. Your shoulders are relaxed. So just as much as there is effort, there's complete effortlessness. Breath is full, guided into the belly. And with each steady exhale, a sense of sinking deeper into the mat. Then bend your left knee, ground the foot to the floor, open through the right hip, flex the right foot and place it on top of the left thigh, just above the knee. This is called thread the needle. Deep opening in the hip. This might already feel like enough. That's okay. If there's a lot of tension and you feel the breath getting tight, simply stay here. Important to flex the foot to protect the kneecap. If you have a little more to give, you can start drawing the left knee towards the chest. Perhaps you thread the hands through so that you can grab behind the left thigh. And then breathe. Smooth, steady breaths. And as much as you can, relaxing into the experience of the shape. If you find your shoulders are lifting off the floor, one thing you can do is to loop a strap behind the leg so that it gives you more traction, more length, where you don't have to reach and you can relax back. So nice. One more deep breath. Release the left leg back to the ground if it's not there. Carefully release the right. You can use your hands to help guide it. Both knees bent, feet grounded, and then just press your hands into the upper thighs. It's like a slight active rest. You feel the lower back press, connect to the mat. Smooth breaths in and out of the belly, and even though it's subtle, you'll notice this invitation for release. Let's do the other side. Hug the left knee into the chest. Extend the right leg to the ground. Pause. As you breathe here, get that sense of feeling very rooted and anchored. One more deep breath. Bend the right knee, ground the foot, open out the left hip, flex the left foot and place it on top of the right thigh. Pause here. This kind of gentle, conscious entering into the shape so that you can let the body speak to you. If this is enough, you stay here, and if you have a little more to give, you might draw the right knee towards the chest. Again, important that the left foot stays flexed to protect the kneecap. Try to relax the shoulders. I certainly feel a difference from one side to the other, so I have to be more conscious about relaxing on this leg because I have greater tension through this hip. Perhaps you close the eyes. Smooth out the breath. Notice if you're clenching through the jaw, soften it. If there's resistance in the mind, let it settle and ease off. And the more we can be gentle, the more the body will feel safe to let go. One more deep breath. Well done. And gently release the right leg back to the ground. Help to release the left leg back down. Both knees bent, feet grounded. And the active rest again. Press the hands, the tops of the thighs, and just gently push them. You'll feel the lower back connect to the mat. And then settle. And then settle. Close the eyes. And smooth, steady breaths in and out of the belly. So this pressure is really only very gentle. Creates a soft traction, but we're not over efforting. One more deep breath. Hug the knees into the chest. Have right hand on right shin, left hand on left shin. We'll just take some active movement here. So as you inhale, keep hold of the shins. Just send the thighs away until the arms become straight. Exhale, squeeze the knees back into the chest. You'll feel this release through the lower back. Do this again. Inhale, send the thighs away. Almost like you create the space to breathe. Slow exhale, squeeze the knees back into chest. Do this 3 more times. Close the eyes if that feels okay. These final 2, each time you breathe out, Feel that the contents of your mind empties. Final round. Slow, steady breath out. And this time we'll stay in the shape. So keep hugging knees to chest. Shoulders are relaxed. Neck is relaxed. Back rooted into the mat. And then as you allow the shape and stillness to hold you, root your attention into the belly. Deep inhales into abdomen. Feel it press against the thighs. Start to intuitively lengthen your exhale so that it feels longer than inhale. A couple more like that, and with each long breath out, get that felt sense of emptying, tension, stress fades, mind becomes quiet. Release the knees, let the feet pad back to the earth. Just a momentary pause, knees can knock together. Sense this wave of soft relaxation that moves through you. And just before we move into Shavasana, we'll come back to that first shape that we made. So bridge setup, knees bent, feet grounded, heels close to sit bones, hands by the sides. Really subtle movement now, just to bring some stability and relief through the pelvis again. Empty the breath that you're on. As you inhale, press firmly into the feet, thighs are active. Start to peel and lift the hips off the floor. You certainly don't need to go into full range. Exhale to lower. Just a couple more times like this. Final round. Pause. Tune into your body. And then really honoring what it needs. If you feel ready to release into Shavasana, do that thing. If you feel like you need to hug the knees into chest one more time, go there. Eventually meeting in Shavasana. Final resting pose where we allow everything that transpired to integrate. Feet a little wider than hip distance. If you are someone who experiences sensation or discomfort through the lower back, sliding a bolster or a pillow under the knees can be really wonderful support. Just make sure that if you do this, your heels are still touching the ground so that the body can completely relax. Hands by the side, palms face up. Then close the eyes. Feel the body become heavy. Notice the sense of support beneath you. Before you let go completely, come back to the movement of your breath. Each inhale is like this wave of renewal, a filling up. Each breath out is a softening and emptying. All tension, all stress dissolves. And then allow the breath to dissolve and fade away too. Sense yourself open, spacious, completely at rest. And then in this experience here, choose to let go. I'll let you know when it's time to come back. Very gently start to deepen your breath. Have the intention for your inhale to reach fingertips and toes. The breath pulls you back into the physical body. Begin to invite some gentle movement. Maybe rubbing your thumb across fingertips, stretching feet, circling the ankles, rolling head from side to side. If you feel like taking a stretch, you can do that. If not, you'll just pause in the space that you're in. Bending the knees, rolling over to your right side, pausing there for a couple of moments. And then carrying that quality of rest with you, lift up with both hands. Grab any props you find useful to sit on. Spine is long. Close the eyes, rest hands to knees or thighs. Initially, just recall the experience of your Shavasana. And in bringing it to mind, notice how those qualities start to come alive within you once more. That sense of spaciousness and ease. Clear, open mind. Take a few deep, conscious breaths. Feel it full and smooth. Notice that with each breath in, the spine extends, grows taller. With each soothing breath out, it softens. And just one more deep breath like that. And then as you let go of any conscious hold of your breath, start to watch as it finds its own perfect rhythm. And feel how you can quietly sit back to watch the body breathe itself. Spine tall and steady. Mind quiet. You, the spacious awareness at rest, watching the effortless flow of your breath. And just rest here for another minute. And recognize in this experience that there is nothing but this moment. And this moment is enough. Take a few deeper breaths. As you inhale, notice how the breath fills the entire body. And as you breathe out, you completely relax and let go. Body vibrant, warm, alive. The mind spacious, steady, and clear. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center, Anjali Mudra. And just softly bowing your head towards hands. Namaste.